Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Lisa, and today in this live, I'm going to talk about Matrix of Destiny. And in particular, I'm going to talk about the karmic lessons and our karmic tales, what we have in the Matrix of Destiny. I'm going to talk about different energies, what we have there, the meanings of them. It's going to take some time. That's why I decided to explain you the material using this live because if I would go record it by myself, it would take forever because that's a lot of information. Let me know if you're watching it live, how you can hear me, if everything is good, if the sound is good, so we can start and I can start explaining you the meanings of all the numbers and different karmic tales. So, to begin with, in this video, in this live, I'm not going to explain how to calculate your karmic tale, how to calculate your karmic lessons. What are the karmic lessons? Because I do have separate videos for that. Please go and check them out. Watch a separate video how to calculate your matrix of destiny, how to build it. Watch a separate video on general on karma. What is karma? What are the karmic lessons? What are they? Why do we need them? What do they mean in our matrix of destiny in terms of like what is a karma or karmic tale? What are all those definitions and what are those terms? So for all of that, please go and check separate videos just so you can get a better information. I'm not going to um, waste some time in this live because as I said, we do have a lot of information and material to cover today. And to start, to begin with, as I told you before, I just wanted to show you again three numbers which we have in our matrix of destiny is going to be mirrored, but I tried to highlight these numbers. This is my chart. So these three numbers 12, 19, and 7 would be my three main karmic lessons. When we read them, we can read them from top to bottom. That's what we usually do. We usually say the karmic tale is 12, 19, and 7. Sometimes, and if you search for some different material, you will see that there's 12, the first one. 12 would be always the first one. The top number would be always the first one in your karmic tale. Then sometimes it would be 12, 7, and 19. Why? Because in order to get this middle number, we have to sum up this two digit. That's why it would be 12, 7, and 19, just based on the calculations. But for this particular video, I'm going to referred as 12, 19, 7, like 1, 2, 3. First energy, second energy, and the third energy. That's usually when you will see different names of the karmic tales. And we have 26 different combinations of karmic tales. If we have time in this live, I'm going to talk about all of those different 26 karmic tales because today, right now, I'm going to explain individual energies. Like if we have number 12, what does it mean? If we have number 19, what does it mean? And 7, and so on. But when it comes to the karmic tales, when we see these three energies together, there is a separate meaning for that. When 12, 19, and 7 together, there is a meaning and the name for these three particular energies being grouped together. So, first, we're going to start talking about every energy one by one. I will try to explain you all the definitions. So, try my best to give you as much details as possible. And then, if we have time, we will go through 26 different karmic tales. Each karmic tale, each combination, each group has its own meaning, its own name, even. And again, when some of the numbers group together, let's say number 9 was number 3, number 9 was 9, number 9 was 18, it also means a certain thing. That's why, as I told you, that's such a huge topic. And it will require lots of time to actually go through this material. So if you have any questions, I know that's going to be a lot of information, lots of details. Please let me know. Always feel free to message me, write in the comments below if you're watching it in the recording, or if you're watching it live, you can always type it as well in the chat. And I will try my best to answer all of your questions. Okay, so let's start. Karmic lessons. I'm going to talk about all 22 energies, but first, we don't have the first energy and we don't have the second energy. It's just in general, based on the calculations, we don't have these two energies in our karmic tails. That's why we only need 20 energies. We need to remember 20 of them from the 3rd to 22nd. What's important to say that all of those energies, because they're karmic lessons, there will be given to us in a negative way in our lives. And I received one of the questions from you asking me how to know when it's negative, when it's positive. Can you see it in the chart? No. Only you can know, only you can say, and only you can feel if your energy is positive or if your energy is negative. That's why when I give you the definitions and meanings of all the energies, I give you both positive sides of the energies and the negative ones. By knowing the negative ones, it's going to be easier for you to transform them. It's going to be easier for you to know and feel where there are certain problems, where you're experiencing some difficulties in your life, so you can go and fix them. So, the same idea with all the energies in your karmic tail, all of them are going to be given to you in your life as negative. And it's your special assignment to try your best to turn them into the positive, even if in a certain period of your life they're positive, you are feeling fulfilled, you're realizing all of those energies, they're maximum working, everything is great. The situation in life will happen, like some tests will come to you, some different, I don't know, something's gonna happen to see, okay, how are you doing? Are you dealing with this energy, or are you having the problems with this energy? So how is it? So even if you feel right now at this period of your life that, oh, I'm good with this three my energies in my karmic lessons. I'm good. Everything's nice. It's not gonna go that easy. If there are your karmic lessons, it means that later on in your life, maybe even a week from now or a year from now, something's gonna come to test you and see, okay, how are you doing? Are you good? Some situations will come and see and test you out. Some special assignments will be given to you in your life. And so just be ready for it. That's why you need to know all the negative sides. So they kind of like, some signals for you that you are doing maybe something wrong and you need to change that. Okay. So let's start with, since we don't have the first and second energies, we're going to go from the third energy. And the third energy is called the Empress, right? All of the energies in our matrix of destiny, they are correlated. They are the same, actually, energies which are part of the major arcanas in tarot. So how the system was created, a little bit of background, like the lady who created it, the matrix of destiny, she used 22 major arcanas from tarot to build and to come up with this whole system. So that's why we have names for all those energies, because of the major arcanas in tarot. So the third energy is called the Empress. And when we have the Empress in our karmic tail, when we have number 3 in our karmic tail, it means that in a past life, you could be a woman who had a certain status. You were managing people, you had your own business, you had money, you had the abundance, you had everything. Lots of things were given to you, but you couldn't deal with that. You didn't know how to manage it. Maybe you didn't know how to manage the budget properly. You didn't know how to manage people properly. Maybe you over controlled them. Maybe you put too much pressure on them. And in this present life, you will have this desire as well to get all this abundance. You will have a desire to earn more money. You will have a desire to build your own business, to have a family, have a status, have a lot of money. But you're going to struggle with that. That's going to be the areas where you will experience some problems. That's your main lesson, to actually learn how to manage all of that, how to manage your finances, how to get a passive income in your life, and have it actually and generate passive income. Maybe invest in the future, think about the emergency funds, how to manage people, not control and over control them, but how to manage them and be kind of this leader for other people. Also, the third energy in your karmic lesson means that there are some problems with the relationships with your mother, or in general with all women. So that's why your mother should be the primary focus for you, where you should build a better relationships. The the worst relationship you have with your mom, the more difficulties you're going to have in your life. If you have some problems, if you have a lot of arguments, if you don't talk at all, that's a huge problem for you if you have this energy, because you got to build a good relationships with your mom. If you have, I don't know, any if you had any problems, if you feel still, I don't know, some situations happened and you cannot let it go, so you got to deal with that. And in general with all women. So, or that's because that's the empress, that's all about the female energy. And if you are a man, so in a past life, you could be a man who didn't treat all the women properly, who didn't know how to talk to them. You always pointed at them or something. You always let them down. You disrespected all the women. And now in this life, you again, some situation like this may happen. So that's why, again, if you have this number, if you have number 3, so you got to work on how not to be greedy, because again, the empress, she's all about abundance, she's all about giving to others. So how not to be greedy, how not to be arrogant, focus on that. You should give to other people, genuinely give to other people, not over controlling others. Maybe you're taking too much control of other people, if especially if you have your kids. That's another area where you should focus on, because sometimes there are lots of lessons with your kids, how to be, if you're a mom or dad, if how to be a good parent, how not to over control your kids, how to give freedom to your kids, how to not make decisions for them. Again, it's about freedom and about control. Maybe you are too attached to your kids and you don't want to, if they're, I don't know, grown up adults, and you still keep on controlling them and asking and monitoring them, what is it doing, how's their day going. So giving them more space, that's very important. And in general, doing and working with different charities, donations, again, giving more, being more flexible in whatever is happening in your life, in your character, in your behavior. And empress, she knows it, she knows how to manage people kindly, giving them space, again, giving them freedom, not telling them what to do and putting so much pressure on others, not critiquing others, not giving like negative feedback to others, not judging others, not laughing at others. So that's very important if you have this number, to remember about that. Also, if you have the third energy, in general, the family and the kids are important for empress, because she's all about the family. And that's why, if you like abortions in general, for this energy, they are not good and not recommended to have. I know different situations happen in life, but it's just in general empress, since she is all about the family and housekeeping things, she like, if that happens, she starts showing some situations in life, like she's not gonna like it. And some situations, some tests will be given to you, again, when it comes to family, when it comes to kids in general, right? So That's why do not over control, and remember all of other things which I just told you. Okay, so we gotta move to number 4 because we are already running. It's only the first energy and we have a lot to cover. So number 4, it's called the Emperor, right? The Emperor, it's another side of Empress. It means that in the past life you were a man who was very strict, very aggressive, very powerful, and you had a status, you had all the money, you had all this abundance. But again, the same idea as Empress, you could not deal with that because you were too greedy, you were too aggressive and uncontrollable of other people who just couldn't deal with that. Or you were a man who didn't treat women properly, right, and fairly. And that's why if you are a woman and you're trying to get into the relationships, you will meet the men who are greedy, who are powerful, who think that they will control you, who won't give you a space, men who won't let you to realize your potential, the man who would be always jealous, who would tell you what to do, like who would control your whole life, and you're not going to feel free. So again, if you're a woman and you have this number 4, and that's what kind of man you going to meet in your life, and you got to learn how to respect yourself, right? It all comes how you treat yourself, how you love yourself, and do not let this man control you and tell you what to do. Another side is that in the past life, maybe you had relationships which there were a lot of aggression, there was a lot of fear, there was a lot of you didn't trust each other, there was aggression towards men. So that's why again in this life you get this aggression to this from past to this life, right? And it's kind of the mirror. You're going to meet again the men who are greedy, who are powerful, and who don't give you the space and tell you and always will tell you what to do and how to live your life, like controlling and manipulating you, like very abusive relationships. Like you may meet the men who are very abusive. There's a high chance if you have this number, um, that if you're a man and you have this number, that's why you need to learn how not to be like that. You need to learn how to control your aggression. You need to learn how to respect everyone, how not to over control others. Be more gentle in whatever you are doing, right? Be more generous, show more respect to other people. And if you're a woman, you will have the men around you like that. And you just need always to remember to listen to yourself, give yourself space, love, and do not let somebody telling you what to do and how to live your life and manipulate you, because that's a lot. It's like a aggressive behavior and aggressive energy in like around you. So be careful with that. Next one is energy number 5. It's called Hierophant. And this whole energy is about being a teacher and being a student at the same time. So it's energy of status, energy of power, energy of when everything is so organized. And when you have this energy in your karmic tail, it means that in a past life you had the power, but you didn't use this power properly, or you used it just for yourself, so only you could benefit from that, just for your own purposes, for your own reasons. So that's why in this life you maybe some situation may happen that there is a corruption, there is I don't know, unpaid debts. There are going to be some problems with taxes, with the government workers, or in general with the law, with this whole law system and government systems. So that's one scenario. Another scenario, you could be a teacher because as I said, that's energy being a teacher and a student. So in other scenarios that you could be a teacher who didn't share their their knowledge, like didn't share the true knowledge. There was a lot of like pseudoscience, fake science. So you were sharing the knowledge which wasn't the true and accurate one. Like they were not a lot of, I don't know, science based on that, or you just heard it, like lots of fake, I would say, to say it easier, like lots of fake knowledge and information to other people. Or they maybe in a past life you were given this knowledge, but it was feeding your own ego and you didn't want your students to grow. You just wanted yourself to succeed and you didn't care about your students at all. So, based on all of that, right? So, again, always please follow all the laws or follow all the rules. If you have this energy number 5 in your karmic tail, follow all of this. You got to be very careful with law, with taxes, pay all of that. Be very careful with all the documents, read all the little details, because with this energy there are going to be many situations in your life where there are going to be some typos in agreements, in documents, I don't know, typos in the address, in a name, in a salary range, or all of this. So if you have this energy, please always make sure that your official documents, all the agreements, they are accurate, well organized, well structured. Always double check everything. It's better to put some time and some effort into double checking everything instead of later on dealing with solving the problems or even going to court or something like that. The knowledge, the information. So you should share the knowledge with other people. You should always give your, like, whatever you learned, your new studies, new information, your experience, you need to share it with others. If you don't share, if you just keep on learning and getting the information, that's the negative side of the energy. You're going to experience the problems in your life with different spheres, because the karmic lessons, they affect everything, all the spheres of our lives. So if you don't do that, you're not going to get fulfilled, you're not going to realize your potential. So you need to give the knowledge to other people, and you need to like learning and studying. If you don't like to study, that's the negative side of the energy, right? Because by studying you can learn so much of information, like lots of useful information. That's how you can become professional. That's why people will come to you, and that's how you are going to succeed. So please, if you have this number, you need to study, like be as a student always, your whole life, and be as a teacher, sharing this knowledge, right? Okay, that's very important. And if you share the knowledge, please be very responsible for what kind of information you are sharing to others. Please make sure that this is a trustworthy information, that it's a reliable source, that you know what you're teaching. And if you're teaching a language, let's say, and you don't know how to pronounce the word correctly, you are right now responsible of giving this whole information to your student. If you don't say it correctly, if you don't know something, if you're not taking responsibilities, the student is not going to learn it properly. And then later on, it's like kind of a snowball effect. He or she will start having more problems, like learning this language or learning any subject. Okay, so be very responsible for what kind of knowledge you are sharing, and be responsible for your students. Be interested in your students succeeding. Be interested in the people whom you're sharing your knowledge or information, whom are you helping, that they are succeeding, that you truly wish them the best, and you are not trying to, I don't know, get something out of it. Okay, that's very important. Just do it genuinely. um Also, if you have this energy number 5, it means that in your past life there were some difficulties letting your kids go, like especially if your kids are grown up. So if you have kids, please give them space, please give them freedom. Don't get don't tell them what to do. Don't give them your opinion about something, or like influencing their opinion, what they're supposed to do. Don't judge their decisions. Give them space. Don't force them what they should do in their life, where they're supposed to go study, right? So if you're a parent and you have kids and you have this number 5, so give your kids space to decide what they want to do in life, what they want to go and study. And if you have this number 5 and you're still, I don't know, in your 20s or earlier 20s, you may have the parents like this who make decisions for you, who tell you what to do, what kind of education you're supposed to get in life. That's just your karmic lesson. You just gotta deal with that. And always, again, as I said, how do we work on the energy number 5? We give the knowledge. We want to go and study. We study what we want to study, what we love studying, what we love learning. We follow all the rules. We pay taxes. We are honest. If we live in different countries, right? We honest with the government we are living. We follow all the rules. And of course, the most important one, do not do any like fraud or any different, I don't know, combinations or like whatever it could be. So be very responsible for what you're sharing and what you're given to this world. Energy number 6. The energy number 6, it's called the lovers. The lovers, it's again, from the name you could guess, it's all about the relationships, right? It's all about love and relationships. So if you have this number, it means that in a past life you had problems with love, with romantic relationships. Maybe you were disappointed in love, you had a fear of losing the love, which you may have right now, right? Maybe you didn't make the right choice, you didn't make the right decision in your partners, maybe you were picking between this and this. So some situations like this will be given to you in your life, where maybe, I don't know, if when you were a teenager, maybe in your 20s or 30s, doesn't matter, maybe you have to pick, you had to choose between this and this, or should I be with this partner or should I be with this? So in general, the whole topic of making choices and making decisions is huge for you. You got to learn how to make those decisions easily, because sometimes you may spend so much time deciding what you want to do, what do you feel, what should you go, where should you go, like all those decisions and choices, what you should choose. It may take forever, so learn how to make those decisions and choices easily. And so when it comes to the relationships, right? So you have a lot of lessons in your romantic relationships. You may have some problems building the relationships, again, because maybe somebody cheated on you or you cheated, and now you don't trust people, you don't trust the relationships at all. Maybe you were disappointed in love, and maybe you are afraid and you think if you break up with this partner and you're always going to be alone for the whole life. So those things you may be feeling, you may be experiencing. So be careful with that. And in general, asking yourself, is there such a thing as love, right? People who have this energy, they sometimes do not believe in love, and that's possible to find a partner. It is possible, right? And that's why in this life, do not get closed in yourself. Believe in love, believe in relationships, believe in trust, believe in loyalty as well. Don't get too attached to your partner, because sometimes if you have this number, there are a lot of toxic relationships, abusive relationships. So focus on that. Be careful. Do not idolize people. Nobody is perfect. That's the problem with the 6 energy, because you start thinking that the world, everyone needs to be perfect, and I'm looking for the perfect candidate, and I need a person to be this and this and this and this, and everything needs to be ideal, and relationships need to be ideal. No, and nothing is ideal in this world, and it's possible to be like that. You gotta accept people who they are. You gotta love people the way they are, not trying to change them, because your problem can be that you're trying to change other people. Don't change others, just love, accept them, have this unconscious love towards other people and just believes that everything's going to be fine. You're gonna find your true one, but you may experience some problems in life building their romantic relationships. If everything is great, it means that you're doing amazing with this energy again, right? Different energies, they have different positive and negative sides. So if you feel like you're doing amazing, good. Just always remember some tests will come to you. Next one is energy number 7. Seventh energy is called the chariot, or also the warrior. The warrior is the winner. If you have this energy in your karmic tail, it means that in your past life, why it's called the warrior, because in your past life you were a warrior. You participated in some like maybe you were part of the war, you fought in a war, you got into some fights, and also in the past you struggled with setting up your goals, and you lived your life just meaninglessly. You didn't have any meaning. Why do you live? Why do you do certain things? You just didn't know. You couldn't tell that. So that's why in this present life, you could get this kind of the warrior state in your life, meaning that sometimes you will have to fight to get things in life. Sometimes in order to get something, you need to actually go grind and work a lot to achieve different things. You always have to go through something. Maybe you always have to prove something to other people. You have to show something to other people. So lots of obstacles are going to come on your way when you're trying to achieve your goal. That's okay. That's normal. Don't panic about it. Just deal with that. Do not be afraid of any obstacles. Just truly believe in what you're doing. And what's important when you have this energy, you always need to know your end goal. Why are you doing that? Why do you want to achieve certain things in your life? Where are you going? I'm here right now and I'm going here. By knowing where you're going and why you're going, what is your intention, what are you trying to achieve right now? That's why no matter what obstacles you have on your way, since your intention is so strong, since you know where you're going, you believe in yourself and you're just running and crushing it, no matter what's going to happen, you're going to be there, you're going to achieve all of that. That's why you need to be always active. And when you're lazy, when you're passive, things are not going to move anywhere. Things are not going to get resolved by themselves. So you got to go and act. You got to clearly understand where are you going and to set up all your goals. Otherwise, you are not going to get anywhere. That's very important. So you need to know why are you doing this and what do you want from this life. That's going to be the most challenging part. Many people who have the number 7 in the karmic lessons, they don't know that. That's your lesson, to understand what do you want to do in life, why am I here, why am I given to this world, what am I supposed to do in this life. So help other people to realize their potential, because number 7, it's also the leadership number. So helping others to move forward, helping others, like being a good leader, so other people would follow you. So help others in their work. Like first help yourself, right? Like deal with all your things and then help others to realize themselves and work on your aggression, because that's the warrior. It's very aggressive number. So work on your aggression, work on your anger, because there's a lot of anger inside of you, and many situations will happen in your life where you will feel angry. You need to know how to release it and let it go, and help other people, as I said, and support them in achieving their goals. So, of course, first identify yours. That's the first step. And then you got to help others and help them to move forward and get the success in life as well. So, be a leader, be kind of the role model for other people, and other people will follow you. Okay. Next one is number 8. Number 8 is called the justice, or I also call it the energy of the karmic justice. The extra word is karmic. When you have this number in your karmic tail, it means that in a past life you broke the laws. You broke the laws of karma. You broke the laws of balance and justice. So you gave something, like in a past life, maybe you gave some resources. You oh sorry, not you gave, you took some resources, you borrowed some resources from other people. Maybe you took some money, you borrowed some money, maybe you attention, some people were giving you attention, so other people were giving you a lot and you did not give it back. So that's why in this life you may experience the opposite. In this life, you may experience that you only give to other people, but nobody is giving you anything back. You give your time, you give your resources, but people are not giving you anything in return. Maybe people borrowed money from you, but it takes them forever to give them back to you, right? So you may feel that people only need something from you, and they take and take and they don't give it back. There's no exchange. So you will always feel that something is not fair in your life. So the more in this life, if you have this number, if you have number 8 in your karmic tail, the more you say and the more you complain that something is not fair to you, the more problems you're going to have in your life, the more this unfairness you will have in your life, the more situation will happen to show you again, like, you see, you complained that it wasn't fair, more and more and more. Like, so stop complaining that something is not fair, because the more you do, the stronger this karmic lesson, like there's kind of a knot, like you tie a knot and the stronger and the tighter it becomes. So do not complain about that something is not fair. If it happened to you, it's all fair. You just need to understand why I also call it the karmic justice, because karma will come so fast to you in comparison to any other numbers. If you have number 8 in your karmic tail, again, karma will be like, you will have an instant karma. Some people will have it in a week or two later, or maybe a year later. For you, it's going to happen right away. If you did something bad to other people, it's going to come right away. Not specifically on the same way. It can be in your money sphere, in your relationships. It can be different. Um, Also, if you said something bad to other people, be very careful with your thoughts, with your actions, and with your words. It works the other way around as well, right? It works from the positive side as well. But since it's karmic lesson, as I said, karmic lessons are given to us from the negative perspectives. It's always something to test us, to see how we are doing about it. So stop complaining that something is not fair. Try to find the cause, right? As I talked about the karma in my previous video, please go and watch it, because for you, it's going to be very relevant. You got to understand what is karma and how it works in order to do good with this energy. Okay. So just always remember that whatever happens in your life, it's going to happen for a reason. It's not going to happen randomly. There are no random things in your life. If you have number 8, forget about randomness. If it happened to you, you got to find the cause why it happened to you. What did you do? If it's bad, what wrong did you do? What something wrong did you do? Where did you make mistake? Where did you did something bad to other people? Where did you not help other people? You gotta find the reason why, and you gotta stop blaming others. Please, if you have this energy, don't blame others for whatever's happening in your life. Don't blame God or anybody or universe that why is given to me. Why? There is why, and you gotta find why. So be grateful for whatever's happening in your life and stop complaining. Accept that and stop feeling sad and upset about different events in your life. Okay? And that's number 8. Next is number 9. The 9, it's called the hermit. And the hermit, or I call it also the wise man, the wise one. And when we have the energy number 9 in our karmic tales, it means that in a past life you were a lonely person who didn't realize him or herself, a person who had lots of different ideas, lots of goals, lots of work was done, but you didn't share it with the world, or you couldn't share it with the world, or there was like intellectual arrogance. And what I mean by that is that with this energy, you gotta love being by yourself. You gotta love enjoying the time with yourself, being lonely. You gotta love being lonely and not complaining of being lonely. The moment you enjoy the time with yourself, the better things will start happening in your life, the more people will come to your life. So the hermit is not about being by himself or lonely for the whole life. No, as I said, you need to share whatever you have to other people, to the world. You gotta be this light to the path of other people in their lives. So if you don't want to share anything with other people, if you don't want to share the knowledge with other people, that's the problem. That's your arrogance, maybe. Maybe it's your ego. Maybe that's your selfish behavior, which could be with this night's energy. So work on that and only give advice. Like when I talk about the intellectual arrogance, right? What is that? There are two sides, two extreme sides. One side is that when you think too much of yourself, when you start thinking that you are the smartest one, you are the most wise person in the planet, that you know everything better than others, and that's the negative side of the energy, right? Because you start thinking and saying that other people are stupid and I'm the best. And you start giving advice to other people how to live their lives and what they should do because you know it better, but you're not. So stop giving advice to other people if they don't ask for it. Stop thinking that you know everything better than other people and that you're the smartest one. You're not. Sorry to disappoint you, my dear people who have this energy. And the other side is kind of when you have the imposter syndrome. It's the opposite, completely opposite. When you don't believe in yourself, when you keep on saying that I don't have enough knowledge. Maybe you launched a rocket to space, but you keep on saying like, no, still not enough. I still haven't done something good. I still don't have enough knowledge. I still don't have enough education. No, how am I supposed to share the knowledge with other people if I haven't studied everything and I haven't got all the knowledge in this world? That's the opposite side. So you always may feel that that's not enough. You don't have enough knowledge. You don't have enough expertise to go and maybe teach others, to share it with others. So believe in yourself more if the second case is you feel closer to you. But that would be two extremes when we talk about the 99's energy. So get the knowledge, get all the information, share the knowledge with other people, trust other people, learn how to trust other people, let other people come to your life. That's very important because Hermit, he doesn't let other people in. Because again, he thinks that he is the best and he knows everything and he doesn't need anybody. But that's very important, right? And again, as I said, time being by yourself will help you to heal, will bring you lots of clarity, and you got to spend more time with yourself because that's even better for you. Okay? Any questions so far? Anything? Let me know how you're feeling. All good? Just kind of checking in. Okay. Let's move to the 10th energy. Energy number 10. The energy number 10 is called the Wheel of Fortune. What it means, if you have this number, it means that in a past life you were a person who was pretty lazy, who didn't do anything. Or another side is opposite side is when you actually didn't know how to enjoy the life, how to relax and do sometimes nothing and letting yourself do nothing, and sometimes being ungrateful also. Or you did in the past life, you made a choice which wasn't the right one, and you lived your not your life, and you feel that you missed some opportunities, that's it, you're not going to fulfill and feel happy anymore in this life. So since you experienced all of that in the past life, you may experience that right now. You may be struggling with making the right choices and decisions, and you may be struggling with enjoying whatever you're doing in life. So if you have this number 10, you gotta enjoy the life. You gotta enjoy whatever you are doing, like fully feel have more fun and freedom in your life. Just be a little bit less serious, and be sometimes, like as I said, just be more relaxed. Let yourself relax. You should work and do everything from this state of enjoyment, right? That you truly feel fulfilled from doing something in your life when it comes to your job. Don't be lazy. Because if you have this energy, things in your life, it's going to be like a roller coaster, like a wave, right? One wave, sometimes you will go up and lots of opportunities will be given to you, and sometimes you will be down, that it's quiet, it's steady. But because we've just been up, because it's a wheel, right? It's the wheel of fortune, it's moving. So we go up and then we go down. So when you are down, don't get too lazy, don't procrastinate. You got to continue working, you got to continue doing the things you've been doing, exactly the same once when you were on top, in order to get back. So always remember that in your life, and that's how it's going to happen. Things will, like 1 month you have everything, things are moving, you're meeting new people, you're getting new opportunities and projects and work and this and this and this. Then next month is quiet, it's nothing. Like it's not, you don't have this same speed around you as it was in the previous months, and it's totally okay. Just remember that you gotta continue crushing, you gotta continue working, you gotta continue being active, because the wheel needs the motion. If you don't give the motion to the wheel, you're not gonna get anywhere. You are not gonna go up, and you're not gonna get this wheel of fortune if you continue being down, if you continue being lazy. So be more responsible for your actions. Stop being lazy. Don't procrastinate. Know how to make choices and decisions. Start doing and be more grateful. Like in general, the gratitude journals or doing the gratitude practices for you. I highly encourage, if you have this energy, to use that. Learn how to relax, learn how to turn off your brain. Trust this world, because sometimes you don't have enough trust in whatever's happening in your life. Because as I said, one day you're up, one day you're down, one day you're up, like one day you're down. It's just, I gave you example of a wave, right? One day wave comes, then it goes back, it comes, it goes back. The same idea is going to be in your life. So, and it's totally normal. You just gotta adapt to it and continue doing these things. Don't get discouraged by that, and believe in yourself, and everything's going to be great. Okay. Next one is 11th energy. And the 11th energy is the energy, it's called the strength, the energy of the power, of the strength, of the potentials that you will have. And when you have this energy, the negative side of it is that when you hate things being slowly, And when you hate people being slowly, why everyone is so slow? Why I'm doing everything fast? Why am I more efficient? So you are more efficient than other people. Why am I more efficient than other people? And everyone is so slow. You start complaining, start show your aggressive behavior to other people, right? You start show this power and this tension towards other people, and you gotta avoid that. People have different speeds, people have different capacities, and if people are slower than you are, it's totally normal and it's totally okay. Do not expect everyone to do the things the same as you are. Okay, so that's also the energy when person in past life didn't realize his or her potential, the talents didn't fulfill themselves. So that's why in this life you gotta show off yourself, you gotta find all your talents, you gotta feel fulfilled, you need to express yourself, you gotta feel all this power and strength which you have. But again, do not use this strength putting the pressure on other people, because you may do that, you will feel more powerful towards others and you start putting too much on them. So focus on yourself and give this strength to realize your potential. Focus on your talents, focus on the things you love doing. Okay, so you gotta understand what are your talents, what is your strength, what is your power, and use that in your life. And stop complaining about other people and stop telling them and pointing them on the things they are not doing correctly. Stop pointing them at them and telling them that they're slowly or they're not doing something efficiently enough or they're not doing something correctly. It's their speed, that's who they are. You have more physical energy and strength than other people, so you gotta help them, help others, give them this energy, give them this power, because 11th energy is also about the leadership skills. So be a leader, help others, not put them down. And that's how sometimes you may be doing towards other people. Some people around you, you make them feel miserable because of your actions, because of your pressure, because of your aggressive behavior, because it's too much sometimes for other people to handle. Okay, focus on that. Next is 12th, energy number 12. It's called the hangman, the energy of service, I also call it. And I'll explain you later on why. So if you have this number, if you have number 12 in your karmic tail, it means that the person could not serve other people, or you served other people but you were always upset about it, like why am I doing this and I'm not getting anything in return. Or you served others, you even did lots of great stuff, but you did it not genuinely because you wanted to get something back for your own sake of, I don't know, something. So that's why in this life you may have the situations where you have to sacrifice yourself, and when you have to do something against your own will, that you don't want to do something but you are forced to do that. So the main problem with the people who have this energy, if you have energy number 12, is that you struggle saying no to other people. People start using you for their own needs, and you start saying that and promising that you're going to do something to other people, you're going to help other people. You got to learn how to build the boundaries, you got to learn how to say no, and you got to learn how to say it in non-aggressive, non-violent communication way. Okay, that's very important. So if you cannot do something, say it. Like you don't have capacity right now, think about yourself too, think if you have time to do that. Because what happens with people who have this energy, they don't have I don't know, they don't have enough time to do their own things, and they start making sacrifices of their own projects, of their own deadlines in order to help others and do something good to other people. So, first, do things for yourself. And if you have time, if you have resources, and go and help others. But since this energy is all about service, it's all about giving to other people, it's about helping other people, not only people, but also like animals in general, like serving this world. So that's very important for you. And that's your karmic lesson, that sometimes you may be struggling with that. People may use your kindness against you. Sometimes you can be too naive and people use it against you. So do not become the victim, right? That's very important. If you promise something, do not become the victim, because you promised, and since you promised, you gotta go and do it. But let's say you have your own deadline, and because you gotta do something for other people, you're gonna miss your deadline. Or I don't know, you wake up 4 a.m. because you gotta do something for your partner, but at 7 you gotta go to your work. And technically, if you wake up at 4 right now, you didn't get enough sleep, and the whole day you're going to struggle, but you sacrificed yourself to other people. So do not become the victims. Think about yourself. People with the 12th energies, they struggle thinking about themselves. They think too much of other people. So what you have to do, you got to serve, you got to learn how to serve other people, how to help other people, but not from this victim state that if you do something, you struggle with that, you make your own sacrifices. Do it when you have the resources, when you have the time, when you genuinely want to help. Do not help if you are struggling right now. If you don't have money, let's say, if you are struggling with finances, you have like $10 left in your wallet, and you go on the street and you give this $10 to other people, knowing that you don't have money to buy the food. That's not the right approach. You become the victim. You sacrificed your own food, you sacrifice whatever you have for other people, which is too much, because you gotta help others when you have all the resources, when you have the energy, when you have the capacity. Otherwise, that's not the right approach. You're not making anybody any good by that move, by that gesture, okay? But in general, if you help others, if you give a good word to others, if you help with money, if you are kind to other people, like genuinely kind, and you're doing it from the feeling of fulfillment, you gotta get it like 100 times more back in your life, because you just need to do it from the right state. The things will come back to you, and people will do lots of nice and great things to you. It's just you gotta do it from the state where you are fulfilled, when you have resources to do that, and that you're not gonna struggle, you're not gonna have like financial problems, or you will have enough money to buy your own food if you go to help other people. Okay, that's important. So you got to learn how to serve and help from the right stage, from the right mindset. Any questions so far? How are you doing? Okay, let's move to the next one. It's the 13th energy. Energy number 13 is called the death. The energy of transformation, the energy of life. Why it's called the death? Because in transformation, because everything starts with transformation. We're getting born, and then we die, and then again. That's kind of a cycle, life cycle. That's what happens. So if you have this energy in your karmic tail, it means that in the past life, one of the things could be that you ended your life early, that you passed away early in your life. Maybe you got killed, or something happened, or any illnesses, disease, or suicide. And that's what happened in your past life. So that's why you would want to live this present life to its maximum. because you didn't get enough in your past life. You didn't get enough of the feelings and emotions. You didn't visit, maybe, and traveled enough in this world. So you really will have this desire to get more and live it to its maximum and be very, like, live very effective and productive life. So that's why you will have a desire to, and be in general, you will be fast to do many things in life, do something good, to learn more, get new information, study and get lots of education degrees. And you got to be aware of that, right? Because that's kind of, we are running and running, and we want that and that and that. We're not focused on the present life. So if you have this energy, try to enjoy this present life, because you keep on getting and getting this and this and this and this and this, because you're afraid that, and from your past life, that you didn't live a long life. Now you want to go and fast get all of those things around you. So what do you do with certain energies? So you gotta support other people in their lives. You gotta, if you work in, like, 'cause those people, they're actually good at working with other people, and it would be good if you work with other people as a therapist, as a psychologist, as psychotherapist, or a doctor, for example. So you could help to save the lives of other people. The situations in your life will happen that you will be given different projects where you will have to help a large amount of people, where you will have to help a lot of, like, and it's going to be like in a bigger audience, where people need your attention, where people need your energy. So in this life, if you have this energy, be willing to help other and give them, like, useful information and useful knowledge to other people, makes the changes. Because again, this certain energy is called the transformation. So first, do not resist the transformations. Sometimes people with this energy, the negative side of it is that when you start resisting all the changes in your life, you don't want to change, you don't want your life to get changed. That's the negative side of the energy. You are too afraid even to cut your hair. As simple as that. You're too afraid of going somewhere. You're too afraid of realizing your potential or helping others. So if you have this energy, you shouldn't be afraid of any of that. You should be ready to go and change things. You should be ready to go and travel tomorrow. If somebody comes and tells you, like, let's go, sure. Be very easygoing about everything. And if you have this energy, do not get attached to your past. Keep moving. You gotta be active, right? If what I said to you at the beginning, about this energy, like learning more, right? Studying more, going somewhere, if you don't do that, it means that this energy is negative right now. It means that you're not using it to its maximum. So you need these memories, you need these experiences. Live your life to its full. Get all the experiences. Do, like, I don't know, extreme sports or something like that. So you just need all those emotions, and just be ready for the transformations. If you need to start a new project, go and do it. If you need to close your business, do it. Just do not get attached to something. Of course, think think about it, but just do not be afraid of any changes in your life. That what's what it comes to 13's energy. Next one is energy 14. Number 14. The 14, it's called the temperance. The energy of the soul, the energy of art, the energy of the creativity. So it means that in a past life you were a very creative person, but you had lots of doubts about your talent. You didn't believe in yourself, and you could not share your talents and your creativity to other people. So it means that this life you are struggling with that, right? This life you're struggling with expressing yourself, your talents, your creative soul. You're struggling expressing yourself. You're struggling finding, like, what do you want? What is your potential? You have a great creative potential, and you gotta learn how to make money out of it. You gotta make it popular, but it needs to be something which brings value to other people, which brings something good to other people, that there is a meaning behind it, what you are doing, that it solves some problems, for example, not just to draw and to have a piece of art, but it needs to have a certain meaning behind this. Like, why are you doing it? What are you trying with? How are you trying to help others with this piece of art? What is it behind it? Okay, that's very important. When you do something, it needs to have a meaning why you are doing that. And with the 14th energy, you gotta stop judging other people. You gotta stop judging people who have different addictions, especially. And in general, you need to be careful with any addictions, alcohol, drugs, or anything like that. Or it could be the complete opposite side, as I said, when you start judging other people and when you start saying like lots of bad things about people who smoke, who drink, and all of those things. So the more you judge those people, the more of those people will come to your life. That's how karmic lessons work. The more you don't do it, the more of those things come. The more you judge, the more you complain of something, the more of all those things come to your life. So that's why express yourself, express your talents, express your creative nature, do something that you love, because as I said, that's energy of your soul. So you got to express your soul and you got to show that's who I am, that's my soul, that's my spirit, that's who I am, as I just said. I tried to come up with something different, but I couldn't because I already told that. So, and learn how to make money of it, how to generate income from their creative well-beings. Okay. Next one is energy number 15. So we have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. We have 8 more energy. So we have halfway there. 15th energy. 15th energy, it's called the devil. And the devil is all about showing us the ego of the person. And behind this ego, it can be anything, right? So that's why with the 15th energy, we really need to see what's behind this ego. When we have other numbers next to it, sometimes we have number 5 and 8, we have number 12 and 3 in a karmic tail next to it. It will mean some different things. So again, if we have time today, we will go through this. But in general, if you have 15th energy, since it's devil, it's all the negative and dark things in us, all the negative behavior traits in us. So that's why you gotta work a lot on your negative behavior traits. That's why you gotta work on all this darkness inside of you, right? You gotta work on when you fight for the power, the desire of getting the power, when you are jealous towards other people, the selfish behavior, the desire of getting the easy money. So the devil will always test you. The devil will test you for different addictions, how to get into the easy money, like gambling a lot, how to work on your arrogance, also putting the pressure on your kids if you have kids, and parents, like struggling letting them go. And that's why you gotta work a lot on your behavior, on your character, in order to understand all those traits and get rid of them, maybe transfer them into something different. So, and you also need to help other people to deal with their addictions and their problems, not judging them. And it's better for you to avoid all of that. It's better to avoid drinking alcohol, drink, like, I don't know, smoking, drugs, anything like that. Because again, people who have this 15th energy, they're going to be given some situations where you can become addicted to it. Like addictions, and the huge thing when it comes to 15th energy addictions, not only to like smoking or drinking, it can be sexual addiction as well. Maybe you love having sex with lots of people and you have an addiction. Maybe you have some bad habits, other bad habits. Maybe you have addiction to food and you overeat. Addictions to provoke other people to negative feelings and emotions, and you need people to be like, I don't know, you want to get all those negative feelings and emotions from other people. You want to provoke other people. Cheating in general, when you have this energy, you may cheat, or other people may cheat to you as well. So just always be careful. The more if you do that, you get it back, right? So that's how it works. So you gotta always acknowledge that and be careful about that, and try to avoid following the devil and all this darkness and all of those things. You gotta accept all your shadows. You gotta work on all your shadows and see what are the shadows inside of you in order to maybe transform and benefit from them. That's important when it comes to devil. He shows all the dark sides in us. Okay. 16th, the tower. The tower is kind of even the double strength of the double version of the 15th energy. So the tower, it's all about destructions. It's all about different damages, destroying something. And meaning that in this life, things can just like, I don't know, you start building something, you just build your business, everything's going good, and suddenly something happens and you don't have it. That's it. It's gone. It's forever gone. You went bankrupt, or there was a crash of different things which are happening. So that's why the same idea as it was the 15th energy, you got to work a lot on your aggression. You got to work on your aggressive behavior, the inside, especially. If 15th energy is more about the outside, that we are aggressive towards others, the 16th energy is more the inside aggression. And with the 16th energy, you need to be like, you shouldn't be attached to the material things. You shouldn't be attached in general to anything in your life. The more you are attached to something, the more you're attached to your past, the more you're attached to the money, for example, the more problems you will start experiencing in your life with all those attachments. The more things will happen to you, the life will test you. If you're attached to money, the tower will come and you will lose all your money. So now you're not anymore attached to money, and see how you're gonna go. So how are you gonna do? So life will test you like this. If you're very attached to other people, let's say, if you don't want to do anything in your life by yourself, or you're afraid of being lonely, and you're thinking you're not going to find any other person in your life, and the whole life is about other people, other person, like your partner, not you. Situations may be given to you that, okay, something happened, your partner left, and now you got to do by yourself. So with the tower, do not get attached too much to anything. Just don't do that, and always try to think and ask yourself, do I really need this right now in my life? Am I doing it correctly? Because you always need space and freedom for creativity for different things in your life. If you get too many things, if you have a lot of things on your plate, and you keep on getting this, become greedy, right? As a 15th energy also is about greed. So with the 16th energy, you also become greedy, and you want this, and you want this project, and you want this project because you can earn more. And you become greedy about different things and projects you have to do in your life. and the tower will come and the tower will remove some projects for you, and so you have more space. So do not be greedy. The greed is not going to take you far with whatever you are doing. And always ask yourself, if you do something, if you take any projects, do I have a capacity for it right now? What is my intention behind it? Why am I doing this? Am I right now chasing the money, or I become greedy again and I want to do that because of my greed and because of my um egocentric and selfish behavior traits? So you gotta focus on this and you gotta work a lot on this, so you avoid all the damages from tower. Again, if you don't do that, if you do not let some things go in your life, you don't let some people go in your life, things you don't need in your life, the tower will do that for you. And if it happens, do not complain. It's only your problem because you took too much. You were trying to do too many things at the same time. That's it. And if it happens for your own good, because the tower will only try to help you. The tower is not trying to be your enemy. No, it's trying to help you, but it's just sometimes don't seem that way because it's very painful. It is very painful. It's very stressful. We become very upset when those things happen. So just be aware of this, okay? Next is 17. 17 energy is the star, the energy of the creativity of art, the energy of the fame, of the, yeah, just becoming famous and being the star. So if you have this energy in your karmic tail, it means that in your past life you were very famous. But you start thinking too much of yourself. Too much. It was too much. You were famous and you start looking from above to other people. You start saying that you are the best, you are the star, and other people are no one. Or you were a very creative person, very well known person, but you were critiquing others. You were pointing at others, telling them what they didn't do right. And again, putting yourself above other people, or thinking that you are the best and your art is the best, your work is the best, and the rest is nothing. Everyone else is no one except me. I'm the star. So, if you have this energy in your karmic tail, it means that in this life you may be struggling with realizing your potential, with realizing your creative potential, becoming the star. Maybe since you didn't treat other people properly in the past, your art, your work is not going to be treated and valued properly in this present life. You're not going to get a constructive feedback. People will say that your work is not good, to say it nicely. So lots of people will critique your work, not going to accept it, not going to like it. That's what you are going to experience. You may be experiencing even right now. So that's why if you have number 17, you will have different situations where you will have to be tested out. You will have to be tested out using your creative form. How are you expressing yourself at all? Are you trying to express yourself? Are you trying to be creative? You will want to have the fame. You will want to have this kind of acceptance from other people, so you will want to show yourself off. That's why maybe you, for those people who have this energy, many of them, they want to be on cameras, they want to be famous, they want to be well known, they want to be the stars, right? But they're going to be a struggle with that. And also in this life, do not be jealous of other people's success. So whoever gets success and who is getting all the love and attention, You maybe feel jealous that why he or she is getting it, not me. Maybe it can be actually your close friend, because it's a karmic tale, right? Maybe people around you or your close friend will start getting all the fame and success, but not you. How are you feeling about it? Are you jealous right now? Are you upset? Are you pissed at your friend? Are you showing negative and aggressive feelings and emotions? So you gotta work on it. You gotta be genuinely happy for other people that they are successful, that they are getting the success, that they are getting the fame. And if you are struggling with something, if you are struggling, like you have a dream, let's say to write a book, but you are struggling, what you should do, you should help others to write it. You should help other person to succeed. That's a lot on your ego, I know, but you should help other people to succeed and write it in order for you to move forward. You need to be very happy for other people's success. You need to support other people. You need to support other people in their creative beings, like in their creative fields, whatever they're doing. Say nice things to them, give compliments. Do not try to critique the work of others, only if it's constructive feedback, but do not critique. Help other people to realize their potential in a creative form. The more you help others, if you're struggling with your own realizing your own potential and talents, the more you help others, the more you're gonna help yourself as well. You're gonna feel better, and the success and results will come to you. You just gotta stop being too jealous and upset when other people get the results and get the success. So work on that, and work on how you can fulfill yourself and focus on your talents and your creativity and then the art as well. Next one is 18th energy. 18th energy is called energy of magician, energy of magic, sorry, energy of magic, energy of moon, and the energy of working on your fears. Usually, in majority of cases, 18th energy goes with the energy number 9, sometimes with 6, in majority of cases in Karmic Tails. And since it goes often with the 18, since it often goes with the 9th energy, it means that in the past life, you use magic not to help other people and do good for them, but do good for yourself. And that's why in this life you may be so resistant about magic or esoterics in general. You don't trust it. You think it's something bad, and you do not believe in anything because in a past life you something happened. You you got for it. Like you got, I don't know, not treated well for using all of this. So that's why in this life you are trying to avoid it. I'm not doing anything and I'm avoiding it. Or the other side, you would be interested in magic and esoterics and learning more about it and doing some rituals or something like that, or all those mysterious knowledges and sciences like tarot, astrology, numerology as well, for example, or like magic in general. So you would be interested in it. And your main work, your main task, I would say, is that you should avoid using it to do something bad to other people, like, black magic. Try to avoid doing all those rituals, doing something bad to other people, even if clients and people come and ask you, say no, that you don't do that. So you should use all your skills, because people who have this energy, 18th energy, they do have some special powers. Even you may have lots of visions, maybe your dreams are very vivid. Maybe your dreams are even crazy. You have lots of pictures in your dreams, lots of things are happening. And you gotta use all your skills and talents and your powers, even if you have them, to help other people, to forward this energy to the help and the use of other people. And in general, as I said, it all comes to the visuals, right? And people with 18's energy, it's actually, they are very creative. And as I said, you may have vivid dreams, you may draw a lot. In general, painting and drawing is very good for this energy to express yourself, or lots of work. You can do work related to like photography, drawings, design, painting, and it will help you. Like, I will recommend, if you have this energy, try to paint to release all your negative feelings and emotions and your fears. As I said, this 18's energy is about fears. So if you have this energy, you may have a lot of fears inside of you that stop you from moving forward, from achieving the things in life. If you have 18's energy in your karmic tail with the 6, for example, you have lots of fears related to love, right? Because I talked about 6 energy. It's all about the love. If it's 9's energy, again, it's fear of helping others, sharing the knowledge with others, fear of being alone. So you got to work on your fears and try to, again, painting can help you a lot, and fears, they will stop you from moving forward and achieving things in life. So do not get into the illusions, do not get into the dreams, which, like, I don't know, believing in the unicorns, believing in something that does not exist. So be more realistic in this life, with, because sometimes, as I said, you can visualize so many things which are not even real. So work on your fears, work on, if you have any dreams or something, that they are real, that they're possible, that they will turn into reality. Use your skills, the magic skills and powers, only for good, only for helping other people. Another thing, never lie to other people. Never try to make something behind the backs of other people. Never judge other people. Never judge other people with any addictions. And you should be very careful with drinking and smoking, because you can become addicted to it. And in general, since it's 18's energy, the more we have all those addictions like smoking and drinking, our mind becomes very blurry. And that's also what helps our fears, because the moon, it's the light in the darkness, right? So you got to be this light, and you should avoid all this darkness around you. And by having different addictions or smoking and drinking, it's not going to help you to fight all your fears. It's not going to help you to get better, and to fulfill yourself and your talents, right? It's very creative energy. So work on all of that. All work on your fears, work on your creative being and creative, the way you can express yourself, creative talents. Work on your, if you have any powers and skills like the magic skills, esoterics as well, right? So, and painting can help you a lot in expressing all of that. So be more aware of this. 18's energy is not easy to deal with, same as like 15's and 16's, but I believe in you, and you got it. Okay. Next one is 19th energy. The 19th energy is called the sun. The energy of sun, the energy of helping and serving other people, the energy of doing lots of social activities and doing something good in general for other people, as I've said, serving other people. And when we have 19's energy in a karmic tail, it means that in your past life, you did something and you used, I don't know, the good reasoning why you're doing that. But it was only to cover yourself for not do something good. So you didn't do it genuinely. You didn't genuinely help other people. You didn't genuinely do something good or help to other people. You just did it for your own purposes. For example, you were collecting money for donations and charities and everything was good, but you used all of this money and you took it all for yourself. You didn't donate it anybody to any foundations or any charities. You just took it for yourself and for your own reasons and purposes. That's why in this life you may experience some different situations when you will be asked to work on like good ideas for society, good causes for society and for people. Be very careful. Some people, because it's a karmic lesson side, some people may trick you. For some people, the true ideas, the true reasoning why they're doing that, it may not be that genuine as they are telling you. So, in whatever you are doing in your work, just be careful and truly know, okay, if we are collecting all of this money, where is this money going to? Is it actually going to different charities, different foundations? Is it actually going to people? Am I actually helping people or no? Right? Am I actually doing good for other people or no? So, be very careful and always ask yourself and always double check any activities which you are doing, okay, if it's a good and a proper and honest place of work. So your main job, your main task, if you have this energy, is to be, because that's the sun, right, to be the sun and the light to other people. Be this kindness and show this kindness to other people and to a lot of people, because the sun warms up with its energy and with the heat lots of people. So you gotta do lots of great things and be this shiny and be the sunshine, right, to other people, and do a lot of good things to other people. So you will have this unconsciousness desire to serve to other people, to help other people, and you will look for the projects where you can be in the front row, like, right, because that's the sun. We want to be seen. We want to be public figures and do a lot of things with a big audience, with a lot of people. So what you gotta do with that, again, be the sun and be the leader to other people. That 19 energy is all about leading. It's all about how good of a leader you can be, how kind and warm and positive you can be in your life towards other people. But remember that the sun, yes, it warms other people, right, with its heat and temperatures, but the temperature is very high, so you can burn other people with that as well. So sometimes just pay attention that do not burn other people. How do you can burn other people? You can burn other people by giving too much and being too active, like, when people tell you like, can you please stop, but you still continue like being active and you this and you do this and you're everywhere, and it's too much. Everything needs to be in a proper sizes and a proper dosage. So remember about that. Be very generous in general in this life, in whatever you do. Do a lot of and participate in a lot of like charities, foundations, helping and assisting others, doing lots of these activities, doing social activities, doing social services to other people. Help as many people as possible and do it genuinely. That's very important. give it all to other. Be this kind of sunshine to other people. When other people see you, they see that, yes, I know that like happiness and sun and positive energy is coming on their way. That's very important. So give it all to other. Public speaking, you gotta be, as I said, in the front row. The energy of the sun is not the background work. The energy of sun is actually being in front, is talking to people, being a public speaker, presenter, or like if you want to do your blog, being on camera, talking to a bigger audience. The energy of sun, it is about bigger scale. It is about a lot of people getting involved into this. So the more people involved in whatever you are doing in your life, the better it is. So it's definitely not the energy where you just quietly sit at home and work by yourself and you enjoy it. No, you need a lot of people around you, and you need to make a lot of people happy with your energy, and you can give it to others. 20's energy. The energy number 20 is called the judgment, the energy of the connections with our ancestors. So if you have the 20th energy in your karmic tail, it means that in the past life, from one to another, you've had bad relationships with your parents. So in this life, again, you may be struggling with building a good relationships with your parents, with your relatives in general. So you gotta work on accepting other people. You gotta work on how to let things go, how to forgive. If something happened between you or your parents, you gotta learn all of that. So the better relationships you build with your parents, with your family, the better connection you have with your family, the better things are gonna go and happen to you in your life. Okay. And if you're trying to exclude somebody from your family tree, or if you're not talking to somebody in your family, that's not the right approach. So you gotta build a good connections with anybody in your family. And this whole energy is, in general, it's about your connection with your whole generations, with all your ancestors. How are you doing with that? If are you saying something bad about your parents? Are you saying something good about your family, or your everyone in your family, some of your relatives? Maybe if you have this energy and you have kids, you gotta be very careful. Maybe you are struggling to be a good parent to your kids. Maybe you let your kids, I don't know, let your kids stay somewhere, you don't care about them, you don't take enough care of your kids. Maybe you were aggressive and you showed aggressive behavior toward kids, and there was abuse as well in the family. So all of those situations may happen when you have 20s energy. It can be either you do it towards your kids, or you as a kid experienced some of the problems in your family with all of that. So how we can know all of that is that we can look at our parents, right? We can see the parents around us and the people around us, how people treat us. Are you having any problems or not? So with this energy, you gotta work on the relationships, building good relationships with your family. Your family will give you lots of energy, lots of clarity, lots of support. You gotta accept people the way they are, not trying to change them, not trying to change your parents, not trying to change anybody in your family. That's who they are. If they did something, it's on them, it's their life. You just gotta move forward and try to find the reasoning behind all of that, what happened between you and them, and all of other things. So it's all about forgiveness, and it's all about the connection again with your family, and building a good relationships with your parents. And if you're a parent, right now if you're building your own family. So you got to work on that as well. You got to work on building the connection with your kids, with your grandkids, right? So you avoid that in the future. Okay. Let's say if you struggled when you were a kid, so try to change it now. Try your kids not to have it in their lives, how you had it, for example, if you had any problems. Next is 21st energy. The energy is called the world. And that's a whole energy about the peace, it's about harmony. And when you have this energy, it means that in a past life you negatively affected the world on a global level. Maybe you did something which negatively impacted the climate, the environment, negatively impacted the society, the people, the world in general. It could be anything. So, like selling weapons, selling drugs, selling poison, selling or killing people, or for killing, people, animals. So, in this present life, you got to be very careful with that. So do, like, when you work and if you start any business, you got to make sure that your product is, whatever you're doing, is not causing any harm to this world, to this society. That's very important. So sometimes when we work for different businesses, they run any like do animal testing or like tests on animals or something like that. You should never work for the company who does that. You should never support that. You should never do that under any circumstances in your life. You should never run a business or work in a company which causes harm to humans, animals, or to this world. That's important because the situation will come to your life where you will, because it's Karmic Lessons, right? It's all about tests. So you will be tested maybe to go and work for one of those spheres, right? So the more you do that, the more problems you're gonna have with your health. First, it all comes to your health problems, effects, and then all other spheres in your life. Also, when you have this energy, you should be very open to all the different cultures, to all the different religions, nationalities, people with different background. Because this energy is negative when you become racist, when you don't support other people, when you don't want to work with other people of different nationalities, you want to work only with people from certain countries. That's not the right approach. So people with the 21st energy, you will be tested like this always. You will be tested to bring the peace to this world, not the anger, not being racist or selective towards what kind of people you work with. You got to be very open towards working with people from all over the world, with different backgrounds, with different ideas. And it's better for you to actually work on the global scales, um, in the places where you can go and travel, like have lots of business travels, work among different cities and countries. That's better for you. So you gotta do some activities and some work which brings lots of good things to this world, to this environment. I don't know, running a business related to eco products or sustainability, focusing on it and helping others. So you gotta do something good for this world and not trying to avoid that. Also, like, it's when you have this energy number 12, it's good energy to move to other countries, travel to other places, being open in general to traveling. Last energy is 22nd energy. 22nd energy is called the Fool. And this energy is all about the spiritual freedom. The key word here is freedom. So when you have this energy, 20-second energy, it means that in your past life you were not free in different spheres of your lives. So if you have this 20-second energy with the sixth energy, means that you were not free in your life. If you had the third energy, it means that you were not free in because of women. If you struggled with relationship with women, or you controlled and limited other women, because again this energy is all about other women, right? The third energy. So the 20-second energy is all about the freedom you should get in your life. So be free from limiting beliefs, be free from anything you do in your actions, in the words you say, in the way you express yourself. That's very important. So do not be, because people with the 20-second energy, when it comes to relationships, they are very jealous. They want to limit others, right? So you will have this desire potentially to limit others, to control others. And why people become jealous? Because they don't trust, they want to control, they want to manipulate, right? And you will try to do that nowadays with your partner as well. So give space and freedom to other people, give freedom to yourself, give freedom in whatever you do in your work. So for those people it's hard to work under somebody, they don't get enough freedom in their movements and their actions when they work like regular 9 to 5 job. They need freedom in their actions, they need the freedom to express themselves. So again, learn how to be free, how to feel free, how to express yourself, how to feel free from limiting beliefs. Maybe you have a lot in your mind and you cannot go forward, you cannot achieve great things in life because you limit yourself a lot. And give the freedom to other people, give the freedom to other people to express themselves, do whatever they want in life. So get free and not attached to anything. Do not get attached to money. Do not get attached to relationships. Do not get attached to the spiritual growth and development. So get rid of all of this. You should not have any attachment to anything in your life. Just do not focus on it. Like, do not make it as a center for your whole life. You should feel free from anything and whatever you do. Freedom in your movements, right? That's whole energy about moving and going somewhere, being very flexible, be more spontaneous. Sometimes you can be too serious about something and you lack of this fun and creative aspect. Be more fun, play like it's a fool. That's why this energy is called the fool. I want you sometimes to have more fun and go around and be a little bit stupid sometimes and immature in some sort of situations, because sometimes the other side of this energy is that you take things too seriously. Or another extreme point, when you start being like a kid and you don't want to grow up, right? And you don't want to take responsibilities for your actions. You don't care. You have family, especially if this energy goes with the third energy, right? Because it can be. You start thinking like, oh, I have a mom. My mom will take care of me. I don't want to do anything in my life. I have other people, my mom and my family, they will deal with that. So they careless, very careless. So sometimes you still gotta be serious about your life and whatever you're doing, and your parents are not going to solve all the problems for you. Be more responsible. Yes, be more spontaneous in your life, like have fun, but be very responsible for that fun. Be very responsible for what you are doing, because sometimes it can be too much. Like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care about that, I don't care about that, I don't care what they say, what they think. Sometimes it's fun when you're like a teenager or in your early 20s, but then it becomes a problem because you're struggling with identifying, okay, what am I doing with my life? Can you take responsibilities for your actions? You don't have parents, your mom next to you who's going to help you and solve all the problems for you. Now it's only you who are doing that and dealing with that. So know how to do that. Okay. That was 22 energies in our Karmic Tales. All of right. Sometimes I told you about different combinations we had when some numbers go together. And I will try right now quickly go through 26 tales we have. I know that we have a lot of karmic tales. In the meantime, if you have any questions about any of the energy from the third to 22nd energies, let me know how you feel about them. And I'll start talking about the karmic tales right now, 26 karmic tales, and get back to your questions so we keep it at the end of this live. Okay, 26 combinations of different karmic tales. I'll try to give the names for all of them and just kind of give you a brief description about them, what they mean. But since you listen to all of the 22 energies, or maybe to your specific 3 energies right now, you already got an idea what they mean. But let's start with the first one. As I said, I will tell you the name of the karmic tale from top to bottom. Like, for example, I know it's mirror of the screen, but this will be 12, 19, and 7, right? 1, 2, 3. That's how I give you the name of the karmic tale. So the first one is 15, 8, and 11. So 15, 8, and 11, it's called the physical aggression. And this karmic tale, it means that in a past life, you struggled with aggressive behavior, with alcohol, with some different addictions, and you blamed other people for that. That's the main problem. That's why in this life, you will have people like this who would be given to you, who may be abusive, who may drink lots of alcohol or have different addictions. All you have to do, you need to accept people the way they are. The more you judge those people for their addictions, that all comes to addictions first. The more you judge people with all those addictions, the more of those people you will have in your life. And the moment you accept that that's their choice, that their decision, that they're adults, they do whatever they want with their lives, the moment you accept, the moment you will start changing the situation, the moment you will start changing your whole karmic tale and make it better. And the person can suddenly stop drinking, or maybe you will break up with this partner, you will move to another relationships and a better relationships. But the whole point, if you have this karmic tale 15, 8, and 11, if you experience and if you have partners and people who are struggling with some addictions or any problems in their life, stop judging them. Truly accept, truly love them no matter what they're going through in their life. By accepting, you help your karma. Next one is 6, 17, and 11. 6, 17, and 11, since you know 17 is about talents, right? So the whole karmic tale is called unrealized talent. It means that the person in the past life had a talent and didn't realize it. That's why in this life you will be again tested out and some situations will be given to you. So if you have this karmic tale, it might be hard for you to listen to yourself, truly know what you like, what you want. You will always try this, try lots of different things, and still it's not this, still it's not something what you want to do. So you will always want to study, try, and some obstacles will always come on your way, and you will have some problems. Like if something good happens, then there is something bad happens. So that's why your main goal is to listen to yourself, realize your talents, do something what you truly want, that you've been wanted to do for a while. And doing all of that, you can work on this karmic tale. Next one is 6, 5, and 17. This one is a little bit opposite, is that when you actually very shy, like, because we also have 17 here, right? The person is very shy. He is not believing in himself. But this whole three energies is about having this whole huge ego, having the whole ego that's over you. Just give me a second. Right, sorry, I'm back on track with my glass of water. And 6, 5, and 17. 6, 5, and 17, it's the opposite side. When you look at him, he's very shy. He's not wanting to express him or herself, but actually, there is a huge ego behind it. You think too much of yourself, and you start expecting that other people want to help you, other people owe you something. And the thing is that other people will do a lot for you, and they will do this and this and this, and it's always not going to be enough for you. So that's why in this life, since it happened to you in the past life as well, this life you will have to do everything by yourself. Do not expect other people coming to you and helping you and doing something for you, since you didn't respect and treated the help of others properly in the past. The situations will be given to you that you got to do it by yourself. You got to go through this by yourself, and this and this and this. Do not rely on anybody. You got to go through your whole way of success by yourself, because you think too much of yourself, because you had this huge ego. So be careful with that, okay? That's when you have 6, 5, and 17. Next one is 21, 4, and 10. 21, 4, and 10, it's called unrealized upsetting soul. Is when you always feel that people point to you and tell you that you're doing something wrong, that you cannot succeed, that you are horrible, that you are worse than anybody, that you are no one, that you are miserable. And let's say you decided to make a business and you found a business partner who has an experience and everything good, but then situations will start happen that your business partner will start like putting the guilt on you, putting the pressure on you, telling you what to do, showing you that you're doing something wrong, showing you all those little nuances. Even if you're not doing anything wrong, the person is going to find it. So the main task for you is that you need to live your life. You need to understand that you are worth it, that you should get all the success in this life, that you should believe in yourself. You should believe that you are doing amazing, that everything is great. The moment you believe in yourself, things will start working out in your life. But you got to start believing in yourself, because you feel like you didn't get enough support, and many people put a lot of pressure on you, around you. So you got to start believing in yourself, and you start saying that I am enough, I am worthy, and I will achieve all the greatness, and I will achieve all the results. And by saying all of this, you will attract more of those things to your life. Okay, that's very important. Next one is 1866. It's called the love magic. So in the past life, you truly loved somebody, but it wasn't mutual because you used the love magic. And you cannot get someone's freedom, right? You cannot limit the other people's freedom. So that's why in this life, you feel like you're not getting enough of love and attention from your parents. You're not getting enough attention from your partner. That's why the whole life you start searching and you start getting, you wanting this life from your childhood because you just didn't get enough. So that's why you will always feel that you're not treated enough, that people don't love you. So people with this karmic tail 1866, they always feel like they don't get enough of love, they don't get enough of touches and touching feelings from other people. People not hugging them enough, not kissing them enough, not giving enough attention, the physical touches. So you gotta work on that. And first, you gotta love yourself and work on your childhood traumas, because this energy is all coming from the childhood and not getting enough love from your parents. Next is 9, 3, and 21. This energy is that this person loves to make other people owe him something, everyone, relatives, close friends, and will help others when other people are not even asking them to do that. Will give the money, will even other people are not asking, and knowing that the person is not going to give back. And the person wants that other people depend on him, like this dependence, this kind of feeling that other people depend, like feelings of power, that I'm the main one and other people depend on me. That's huge for this person. And what can happen that in any moment of your life, things can go wrong, things can get destroyed, and that you actually will need help, not the fake help that you've been given to others just because you wanted other people to owe you something, but you truly need help, but nobody is going to come. All because you, in the past life, you truly enjoyed when other people couldn't give you back. You truly loved when other people were struggling, and now you're on their place. Now you will start feeling how it is when there's nobody to help you to be around. Next is 1899. With 1899, there are three different combinations. There is 1899, there is 9189, and there is 9918. Same numbers, three different combinations. 1899, it's called the magician and the hermit, and not accepting the knowledge. So again, you had some knowledge, you got some magic knowledge, and in this life again you will be given all this knowledge, but you will have a fear of sharing all of this knowledge and actually realizing your potential and expressing yourself. 9, 18, 9, it's when you become like a sacrifice, a magical sacrifice, and it all how you're going to feel it and how it's going to be in this life when you are afraid to become a victim of other people's like manipulations, when you try to avoid an opposite, try to avoid everything mysterious, anything which we cannot explain in this life. You always need a scientific proof. You do not trust other people. You have a fear of trusting other people, just all because other people did something bad to you in the previous life, and other people affected you, and they made you as a sacrifice for their own needs without even asking you that. Next one is 9918. It's called the Magician as well as 1899 and Magic Knowledge. But again, in the past life, you had an opportunity to get this access to the knowledge and even like the magic knowledge. And the person started actually using it, but something went wrong. And it scared you. So that's why now you have a block on your abilities, in your magic abilities. So that's why right now in this present life you may be struggling with making the choices, making the decisions, general ones, because there is a certain block, because you don't want to control things anymore. You are trying to avoid deciding something and making any decisions because things didn't go right. So that's why you don't want to use your energy, you don't want to manage this, and you have some special gifts, but you will be always forced with the different situations where you are trying to say like, okay, I'm out, I don't want to do that, that's it. So you don't want to take responsibilities, you don't want to be part of something. So you got to learn how to do that, and you need to go into it, and you got to start doing, and you got to start accepting all of those things, and you got to start accepting all your gifts and all your abilities. That's very important. Next one is 15, 20, and 5. 15, 20, and 5, it means that in a past life you had a very strong, great generation, great, powerful ancestors, and the family had lots of lots of pressure on you in terms of that. You got to realize your potential. You got to make our name of our family to stand out. Everyone needs to know about our family. And they put all this pressure on you. And so now in this life, there is you, the person who don't want to do that. You are against all of this. You want to go against the system. That's why you start having problems with your relatives. You start saying, like, you start moving away from them. You start doing something against them, something they didn't want you to do. They told you not to get married to this person, but you decided to do that without even telling them what to do. So you're kind of the person who is against whatever your family is going to tell you. And the more you do that, the more distant you become from your family, the more things you do against your family, the more problems and difficulties you're going to have in your life. Okay, that's very important. Next one is 15, 5, and 8. It's called the traitor, and having them problems in the family. It means that there are two scenarios. It's either there was somebody in the family who cheated or had some addictions and caused lots of pain by that. And in this life, even the good person having everything right and figured out in life starts having this old system, starts cheating, starts having some addictions, or starts changing the partners, right? Not having one stable partner and building relationships in life, but starts changing different partners and not having the stability in life. Or you start having the partners who have different addictions, alcohol, drugs addictions, and by having all those people in your life, you're getting yourself even more involved into that. So be careful with people around you, and especially with the people you build relationships with. Okay. Next one is 18, 3, and 12. So in the past life, that's called the physical suffering. So in a past life, your body gets a physical suffering. So it's all about the body. Your body had some problems. Maybe you had some disabilities. Maybe you had some physical pain in your body, and you didn't accept yourself. You didn't accept who you are, and you didn't accept your life, you didn't accept your destiny. That's why in this life you have two extreme points. One is that you are afraid in general of making, and I don't know, you're afraid of having any problems with your body. You are afraid of any injuries, I don't know, breaking any bones or something like that, or you cut your finger and you're just scared of that. So all of those things may happen. So you have like a panic attack of doing anything which can harm you and harm your body and your health. And another one is that when you start doing all those running experiments on you, like doing self harm, just to see the abilities of your body. So you gotta pay attention to that and try to accept who you are, accept your body, accept the way you look. It all comes to the self love, self acceptance, working on your fears, right? That's important. 9, 15, and 6. It's the world of fairy tales and some instability in life. So the whole life is based on not a stable life in terms of the sexual relationships, in terms of what you are doing in life. Again, you cannot be trusted. People cannot rely on you. Your partners cannot rely on you. You have this crazy lifestyle of partying, of doing that, not being serious about your life. So that's why stop partying and hanging around, because the more you do, you will start having problems with your health and with your work. This karmic tail affects these two main areas. And do not attract all this easy going life with lots of parties, with lots of people, and with lots of connections. That's very important. Next is 12, 19, and 7. It's called the warrior. Again, what we discussed it and talked about the seventh energy, is that when your power, your strength, being a warrior, brought lots of death and destructions to this world. Even in this life, you can be a very peaceful person, but you may have lots of arguments with other people, many problems of not sharing the same interests, be through the aggressive behavior towards other people. So stop fighting with other people. That's very important. And we have a lot of others. We have 9, 12, and 3. I'll briefly go through them because the rest of them, they kind of really make sense by knowing the energies. So 9, 12, and 3 means a lonely woman. Being alone. 9, it's alone. 3, it's woman, right? The loneliness. 3, 22, and 19, unborn kid. So like that potentially happened to you in the past life, and you start experiencing the problems with the freedom, right? People, your parents start taking too much care of you. They're too much. They're not letting you do anything in life and limiting you because that happened to you in a past life. 12, 16, and 4, it's emperor. I feel like it speaks for itself because it has the energy number 4, the emperor. And 21, 10, and 16, it's called the spiritual master. So if you have this karmic tail 21, 10, and 16, for you the spiritual growth and development is very important. Even going into the religious or in general understanding everything in this world and doing, you got to be interested in spiritual growth and development more than into the money. And the more you start chasing the money, the more problems you have in your life with your health, especially. Money will turn you crazy if that's when you make it the main area of your life, the reason and the purpose of your life. If you have 21, 10, 16, you will start having so many problems with your health and you can go crazy about that. So focus on your spiritual growth and development. That's what you should give to other people, this spiritual background and spiritual path and light to other people. 6, 8, and 20, the disappointment, called the person as the disappointment of the whole generation, the whole family, right? The 20th energy, that you didn't satisfy other people, your family, you didn't realize your potential, you didn't set and put your name out in this world, nobody knows about you. You are a disappointment, technically. That's why it calls the disappointment. 3, 7, and 22. So that's an unfree soul, right? 22nd energy is about freedom, so that you didn't feel free and very limited. People were telling and commanding what to do. They controlled you and controlled your soul, controlled your actions. So you gotta get free out of all of that. Next is 21, 17, and 13. Those ones are destructions and deaths of many souls, of many people. 13's energy, it's the death. 7th, it's a warrior, right? So being a warrior, so you caused and you were the reason that many people passed away, and that you fought too much and you showed too much aggression towards other people. So now you gotta help a lot of people. If you have this karmic tail 21, 7, and 13 in this life, you need to save a lot of souls. You needs to be the opposite. Now you need to save and help lots of people in this life, just to balance it all out. 15, 8, and 11, we talked about it. The physical aggression, yeah. 18, 6, and 15, that's a dark magician. It's all about the darkness. 18 energy, right? The moon, that you 18 and 6, I talked about it. So it was a dark magic, right? When we had 1866, so dark magician specifically, that you did and caused lots of harm to people using your magic. So now in this present life, you should avoid doing that at any means. 6, 20, 14, the soul which was sacrificed. Your soul was sacrificed for something, right? So again, it all comes to trust. So you got to learn how to trust people in this present life. It all comes to the building relationships with your family, with your ancestors. And 3 more left. 21, 10, and 7. It's a warrior, the fighter of the face. Being in general, fighting for, because we have 21st energy of the world, right, of different religions and cultures. So you gotta stop fighting for anything with the 7th energy in general. You gotta stop fighting. You gotta help other people. You gotta help other people if they have their own faith, their own cultures and backgrounds. You gotta help them to expand it, to share it, and you gotta accept all of them, and you got to learn about different faiths, about different religions, about different backgrounds of people. 3, 13, and 10, it's called the suicide. It means that the person in the past life committed the suicide with this 3 energies. So again, not causing any harm to yourself, that's the most important one. And helping other people and asking for a help if you need it, talk about it. It also comes to the family, right? With the 3rd energy, building the relationships with your mom, having a good relationships, getting more attention from your mom. And remember, with the 10th energies, that things in your life, they come and then go. If you're on your low, do not get upset. You gotta keep going, you gotta keep moving. Everything is good. It doesn't mean that something bad is happening in your life. It's just, it's gonna come as a wave and it's gonna go. You just always need to believe in yourself and do not do any, and don't cause any harm to yourself. 6, 14, and 8, it's called, last one, it's called the dictator. Also, again, lots of power dictating people what to do and how to live their lives with eight's energy, right? What's right and what's wrong. Sometimes it's too much. You put a lot of pressure on other people, telling them how to live and what they should do and dictating them their lives. So yes, there are certain laws, there are certain rules. You got to follow all of them. For you, it's very important, and you got to trust other people, and you got to know how to make the right choices and the right decisions. That was it. I think I covered all 26 of different combinations of the numbers we have in our matrix of destiny. These 3 karmic lessons, again, when they're combined together, there is a certain meaning for them. But since when we know different meaning for separate different energies, it also makes a lot of sense. And you may see there are some overlaps when them energies combined together. They take the one which is the most important one, and the emphasis is on it. I'm gonna move to the questions and let's see what we have. Loving the content. I've known about numerology for some time, but discovered the matrix of destiny recently. I've studied my matrix with your past content, hoping to learn more about my karma today. Amazing. I hope that you learned something about your karma and karmic lessons today. Could you expand on the Emperor tail? How do the other energies complement the Force energy, Emperor, and how it can translate to situations in life? There's nothing really a lot to expand on the Emperor tail, because you should really, I don't know if you listened and you missed the beginning about the Force energy. Technically, the Emperor tail is all about the Force energy, right? 16's energy is about destructions, right? That everything is crushing. So by knowing all the separate energies, it will make sense to you. But with the Emperor tail, you just need to put a lot of emphasis on the Force energy. Your main problem is over control of other people, telling them what to do, the aggressive behavior, the manipulations of other people, controlling other people. You got to learn how to manage other people properly, right? 12's energy is about serving other people, it's about doing good to other people. So you got to learn how to sacrifice sometimes yourself. And because Emperor thinks about himself only, and 12's energy is about others, right? So we give to other people. So you got to learn how not to be selfish and not to think about yourself only, but help other people as well and do lots of good things to other people. And 16's, it's the tower, right? Maybe potentially building something for other people. Maybe you, for 16th energy, it's all about the distractions, right? Maybe with your aggressive behaviors and over control, you can easily distract so many things. So that's why you got to be very careful with that. So that's why just listen separately all of the energies, like 12, 16, and 4 energies separately. It will make more sense to you, because otherwise with the Emperor tail, the most important one is the Force energy. That's the main one. You just need to pay more attention to it, and work on it more than any other energies. Any other questions? Awesome, that makes sense. Amazing, thank you. I will wait a minute if there are any other questions. While I'm here to respond any of them. And if you come up after the live, with any questions. And if you need to calculate your karmic tail, your karmic lessons, if it's going to take some time, do it. So you can always message me afterwards and I can explain you after in the comments if you have any questions about any of the energies. But if there are no questions for now, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for all your questions. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will save this live so you can rewatch it and maybe learn more about your relatives, your friends, your partners, because by knowing all of that, it can help you to understand better other people. So it's not only about ourselves, right? By knowing that, it can explain a lot about other people. We can feel more for other people. We can help them more, especially if, for example, try combining. Now, that's the next task for you. Try combining your destiny of chart, matrix of chart, with your partner, for example, and see what lessons you have together. How you combine, you just sum up the digits from your chart and from your partner's chart, and let's see what are your lessons for both of you. Why two of you were given to each other? What are you trying to achieve? Maybe if you're a business partner, right? Maybe you sometimes you see that you need to build something together, that you need to do some projects for each other. Or if you combine yours and your partners, maybe there's going to be a lot of lessons related to love and relationships. So you got to see all of that. So try playing around with that. Be a little bit creative. Combine yours, combine your partners, learn and study yours and your partners, your families, members, your parents, anybody's, your friends. So you can learn more about them and what types of lessons they have. Sometimes you will start noticing that there are a lot of people around you who have the same lessons. So that's why it always happens for a reason. And the same people are given to us to learn something exactly the same. So that's why experiment, play around, start calculating and building the charts for your friends and families and see that, yeah, there are certain specific karmic tales and lessons of people around you. You will be surprised by that. When you find it out, share in the comments below and we can talk more about that. Thank you everyone for watching and I see my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications so you do not miss any of the lives or any of the new videos. Thank you.